Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a really great start. In this video, we're going to take another deep dive into another perfume. I've mentioned a few times that June is going to be perfume review month here on my channel. I have a lot of fragrances that I have purchased over the last several months that I have been slacking on in terms of filming reviews for. So I am determined to get these reviews out during the month of June. So if you're interested in fragrance content and you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right below this video here. That way, as soon as any of my new fragrance content goes live here on my channel, should pop up in your subscription feed. So in today's video, we're gonna be going back to Dossier. So Dossier is a fragrance dupe company that I have honestly enjoyed for a number of years. I have a lot of their fragrances in my collection, and I feel like today's video is one of the first times that a fragrance really didn't agree with my body chemistry. I think it's in the bottle. It smells pretty close to the original, but I'm wearing it right now, and honestly, I do not like the way this smells on my skin. If I'm gonna continue on with this particular fragrance, I think I'm going to have to spray it on my clothing. I'm not sure if the changes that my body is currently going through are causing my body chemistry to kind of change a little bit. I don't think it's my nose because, like I said, in the bottle, it still smells like the real thing to me. So anyway, let's get back into reviewing some Dossier fragrances. I took a little bit of a break because I wanted to check out some other dupe companies that came highly recommended by you guys. So Alt and Okja were the first two that I kind of dove into. If you have suggestions for other dupe companies that I need to check out, definitely put those in the comments for me down below. I love Dossier because they are cruelty-free. That's something that's important to me personally. Their products are not tested on animals. And also, I think the price point of a lot of these dupe fragrances is absolutely fantastic compared to the originals. I don't mind blowing money on a high-end fragrance, but again, if it's from a non-cruelty-free company, that's just a non-starter for me to begin with. But if I can find a dupe that smells either spot on or close enough for me, I'd rather spend less money. So I think Dossier's price point, which is typically somewhere around $30 to $50, depending on the fragrance, I think that is a very fair price point, especially for the quality that you're getting with Dossier. I've always found their fragrances to have really great strength, good lasting power. They're just a great dupe company. So if you've never tried them, try them. They have wonderful customer service. If something doesn't agree with you, you can definitely reach out and figure out a return with them. They're really great about that. So anyway, you guys, let's dive into this dupe right here, which smells atrocious on me for some reason. This is a dupe for Paco Rabanne's Les Millions. This is Woody Raspberry. And you can see that I've tried this one a few times. I thought maybe the lotion that I had put on that day was making it turn funky, and so I tried a different lotion, still had that experience, and then I went with no lotion, and it still smelled off. So I think this one just doesn't agree with me. That being said, I did try the original in store, which is why I ordered this, because I loved the way that the original smelled on me. However, Paco Rabanne, despite what they say on their website, they're not actually cruelty-free. They do still choose to sell in countries where testing is required. So I believe they utilize third-party testing to be able to sell their products in those particular markets. So I don't know. The cruelty-free thing is just really important to me personally. If I'm going to give my money to a company, I would really prefer that they not test their products on animals. So let's go ahead and read through Dossier's description of this fragrance. I like that they're now writing these little stories about the scents. We'll talk about the fragrance notes. I'm going to tell you what I smell in the bottle. tell you what to smell on my skin, and then we'll talk about the overall strength, projection, stuff like that, and we'll round this video out after that. All right, Woody Raspberry, inspired by Paco Rabanne's Lady Million, lets you discover its depth gradually. At first impression, you're met with a very colorful gourmand, fruity mix dominated by raspberries. Then the floral heart blooms around orange blossom. The final intensity of the fragrance is slowly revealed in the background, comprising a dense and powerful patchouli, tempered by a touch of honey, transporting you back to the original edible notes. All right, let's go through the notes, shall we? Okay, the top notes. These are the notes that you're obviously going to smell initially after applying the fragrance. Raspberry, neroli, and lemon. The middle notes are jasmine, orange blossom, and gardenia. And then the base, these are the notes that linger the longest, are patchouli, amber, and honey. All right, so let me tell you what I smell in the bottle. First of all, it is the raspberry that hits you first. It's a very perfumey raspberry, so do know that. It does really, at that point, go into the neroli for me, but I do not get any citrus in terms of like the lemon here at all. I don't smell that in the bottle. I don't smell it on my skin. I feel like lemon doesn't exist in this particular fragrance, at least for me. Everybody's nose is different, do know that. Jasmine, yes, I have always loved the jasmine notes that Dossier uses. Absolutely delightful jasmine in this one. Really soft, really pretty. Orange blossom, absolutely. I feel like orange blossom and neroli kind of are similar. They're very similar to my nose, so there's definitely some orange blossom and neroli in here for sure. Gardenia, there's a touch of gardenia. I wish there was a little bit more of that in here, but it's lovely. The floral notes are done incredibly well in this one, I will say that. Now let's get to the base. Patchouli, amber, and honey. Patchouli, for sure. Listen, if you're not a patchouli person, you need to skip this one. It's got patchouli in it. Amber, there is a touch of amber, not a lot. I actually wish there's a little bit more amber in this one. I feel like there is maybe more amber in the original, which is what originally drew me to it. And then the honey. Yes, you do get a sweetness from this, but it is not an intensely sweet fragrance. If you're someone who tends to avoid the sweeter perfumes, I think you might still be good with this one. I think you'll be fine with this one, honestly. Sorry, I keep smelling it in the bottle because once I take this away from my nose, I'm smelling it on my skin, you guys. And on my skin, you know what I think it is? I think it's the patchouli, and this is heartbreaking to me. I need to try some of my other patchouli fragrances just to make sure that like the patchouli can still be a thing for me. So in my world, there are two different types of patchouli. There is the really pretty perfumey patchouli that is just very beautiful, very elegant, you know, sophisticated. And then on the other end, there is a more dirty patchouli. Very earthy, very woody, just very, very earthy, very dirty smelling. And I feel like the patchouli here smells very dirty to me. I obviously lean more towards like the perfumey patchouli in terms of what I like. I'm not into the dirty patchouli. Like pure patchouli oil for me that's a hard no. And I'm wondering if that is what the problem is here, because on my skin, you guys, this just smells off. It smells dirty, it smells funky, but I definitely get the honey. It's like the honey is like, the honey's trying really hard here, but it's just not doing it. There's just nothing that is saving this one for me in terms of applying it on my skin. I do actually like the fragrance in the bottle. I don't want to return this. I think what I might do with this one, if I'm going to continue on with it, I'm going to spray it on my clothing, because when I spray it on my clothing, which is honestly how I have gotten through this much of it already, it smells great. It smells a lot like the original, pretty close to my nose. but it's just not behaving that way on my body at all. So, and this is one of the first times that I think I've experienced this particular issue with Dossier. So it doesn't turn me off from the company overall. I've tried so many from them that I know that usually they're very consistent. So for me, with this one here, while it doesn't agree with my skin, I don't think that I want to send it back because I do enjoy it when I spray it on my clothing. So that'll probably definitely affect, however, like how often I reach for it. So something that I should probably keep in mind as well. But overall, the strength of this fragrance, it's quite potent. This does have an 18% concentration to it, so it's quite noticeable. It's a fragrance that you don't need to overdo it with. The projection is quite good as well. Again, I just don't think you need to like hose yourself down with this one. So this 1.7 ounce size here should last you a good long while. I do want to address the packaging, especially now that, you know, I've tried some different brands like Okja. I definitely find the packaging of Okja a little bit more appealing, but I'm one of those suckers for packaging. But what I will say about the Dossier perfumes here is that the bottles have a nice weight to them. They do utilize the magnetic lids. I just wish that the labels were maybe just a little bit prettier. So they tell you the name of the fragrance and then they list the notes. So it is kind of handy when you're getting ready in the morning and you're thinking about specific perfume notes to go with your, you know, vibe for the day, if you will, to be able to review those on the actual bottle. But yeah, in terms of does this look pretty on, you know, like a counter? Not necessarily, but this is how Dossier is able to save you some more money. All of the perfume bottles are exactly the same. All the labels look exactly the same. Obviously the fragrance notes and the names of the scents are going to change, but yeah, this is how these dupe companies save you money, is that they are utilizing the same packaging for every single fragrance, and that does make a difference. Also the marketing, I mean, it costs a fortune to take out, you know, ads on television or in print media. So Dossier doesn't really do a whole lot of that. I mean, I've definitely seen their ads over on Instagram and stuff, but I don't know, I feel like a lot of companies do that. So overall, my rating for this one is kind of low. It's kind of low just because I just don't love the way this smells on my skin, and I cannot wait to head into the bathroom and to wash this off of my arm here because she's still going strong. She is going strong. Also, the sprayer is really quite nice. Here, let's spray it into the air. You see that nice mist? I'm always a sucker for the atomizers, and Dossier has a good one. Gosh, it really smells good in the bottle. Anyway, so for what it's worth, it doesn't agree with my body chemistry, but that doesn't mean it won't agree with yours. Like I said, the customer service is quite good over at Dossier, so if something doesn't work out for you, reach out to their customer service. They are very helpful. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, if you are new here and you're interested in more personal fragrance reviews, hit that subscribe button. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.